You can't heal in the place where you got hurt. One of life's most challenging truths is that healing requires a shift, often a complete break from the environments, people, or mindsets that caused you pain. Staying in the same space, around the same people, or repeating the same patterns that contributed to your hurt makes true healing difficult, sometimes impossible. It's like tending to a wound that never gets a chance to close because it's constantly being reopened. The act of stepping away from those places and patterns is often one of the most difficult yet essential parts of moving forward. Breaking the cycle means finding the courage to walk away from what feels familiar, even when that familiarity brings you pain. Sometimes it's a friend or family member, other times a partner or a job. These people or situations may have been important to you, even foundational in some ways, but if they continue to cause pain, they're blocking your growth. Part of breaking free is learning to recognize that just because someone or something was once central to your life doesn't mean it has to be part of your future. Turning the page requires acknowledging that not everything or everyone is meant to stay with you. Walking away from someone you cared deeply about, or stepping away from an environment you once felt connected to, can feel like leaving a part of yourself behind. But sometimes that very attachment is what's keeping you stuck in a place where healing can't happen. You have to let go of the idea that loyalty or love means enduring hurt. In truth, real growth often comes from allowing space, room for new connections and experiences that help you build a sense of peace and fulfillment. Letting go isn't a rejection of what was, it's an embrace of what could be. Japanese author Haruki Murakami once wrote, "Pain is unavoidable, but suffering is optional." This idea captures a critical truth. While pain is an inevitable part of the human experience, suffering is something we can choose to move beyond. Pain is what happens to us. Suffering is what happens when we hold on to that pain and allow it to define our lives. Remaining in situations or around people that continue to hurt us keeps us in a constant state of suffering. Each day spent in that environment layers on more pain, making it harder to break free. The longer we stay, the deeper the wound becomes, and the more difficult it is to imagine a life outside of the hurt. But healing asks us to make a difficult choice. It asks us to believe in the possibility of something better, even if it means leaving behind what feels familiar. Healing requires bravery. It requires faith in yourself, in your worth, in your right to live a life that brings you joy, safety, and peace. It requires you to step out of the shadows of old wounds and walk into the light of possibility. It's an act of self-respect to step away from harm, and a powerful declaration that you are more than your past, more than what happened to you. Leaving behind what hurt you doesn't mean you'll forget. Your experiences will always be a part of your story, but they don't have to define your future. You get to decide what role they play, whether they're lessons that guide you or chains that hold you back. Stepping away from harmful situations is how you create the space for healing to truly begin. Every step away from the source of your pain is a step toward rediscovering who you are, what you need, and what you want. It's a step toward building a life on your own terms, free from the limitations of past hurt. Recovery is a journey. It's often filled with difficult decisions, moments of doubt, and setbacks. There will be times when you miss what you left behind or wonder if it was the right choice. But remember, each step away from what caused you harm brings you closer to peace, to wholeness, to a life unburdened by old pain. The process of healing doesn't erase what happened, but it empowers you to live beyond it. You're allowed to move forward, to redefine yourself, and to build a life where you're valued and safe. And by choosing that path, you're choosing a future filled with new possibilities, free from the shadows of your past.